tell you a little bit about my recent trip to Japan. And so I thought I'd share just some thoughts that it brought up in me. I was in Japan 45 years ago as an exchange student for the summer of 1978 on AFS. And I lived with a host family and went to high school, and I hadn't been back. And so this fall I went with my daughter, Claire, who's 26. And it was wonderful to be back. And so much was different. In fact, about the only thing that seemed the same was the school uniforms. All the girls were wearing pleated navy blue skirts, white tops, and penny loafers and bobby socks, just like I did. But there were a lot of things that rocked my world. And if I were more of a theologian, I'd love to talk to you about the Japanese practice of Shinto and the way the Japanese practice Buddhism. But my understanding of it is too surface to really feel like I can do that. But I did want to tell you about a couple experiences I had. And one was we spent a couple days in Tokyo, and we were riding the elevated train back to where we were staying at 5 p.m. And the train was crowded with, commuters and students and all of that. And we crossed over a highway at 5 p.m. that had a few commercial vehicles on it. And it was just kind of mind-blowing for a moment to realize everyone here is taking public transit. Nobody's commuting on that highway. That highway is for commercial traffic, really. I don't think it's limited. I think anybody could get on, but that's not the way people get around in Tokyo. So it was kind of, especially in Portland, where I feel like every time I do get on the Banfield, no matter what time of the day I do it, it's backed up. It was really revelatory to remember this. And we put in 15,000 steps a day. Now, part of that is because we spent all day walking around looking at stuff, but also because when you take public transit, you end up walking a couple miles every day just getting to and from. We saw a few people in wheelchairs, a few people with crutches, a few people using canes, but mostly what we saw was healthy people walking around. The other thing that happened was we took the Shinkansen, or bullet train. Now, when I was there in 1978, the Shinkansen ran from Tokyo to Kyoto with 2 stops. Now there are Shinkansen trains all over the country. And so we ended up catching the Shinkansen in towns that had a couple 100,000 people in them. So really thinking about the strength of will that it takes to build out a system like that. And it made it great. We got on a train in a town 300 miles from Tokyo at 8:30 in the morning. We transferred to the Shinkansen after 3 stops, and we caught our 4 o'clock plane just fine, with several hours sitting in Haneda Airport waiting for it. And it really made me think about, well, what have we done in the last 45 years in the United States? We've basically invested in airports. And so I share that. I thought, Peter, maybe you'd especially appreciate that, because it really made me think about, I do a lot of acting locally, and it reminded me of the importance of acting nationally too. So that's my story.